Hello, welcome back to Giving
This
Chaos.
is now episode 3. If it is your first time being with us, introduce yourself.
My name is MJ. I'm the youngest sibling.
And my name is Marjorie. I'm the middle child out of 3.
And yes.
So, if you have not seen our very first episode here on Giving Chaos, we talked about relationship advice, and it got really heated that we had to cut it into 2 parts. So this is the second part. If you don't want to be lost, I suggest that you watch the first part. But in this second part, I want to really focus on stories and personal experiences. What are your personal experiences in relationships?
I cannot have a say in personal relationships because I'm not like Ate Margie that goes out dating lots of people, okay? And then when I mean dating, I mean hookups. She does a lot of hookups.
Listen to me. Okay, the world. My body count is 1, so I don't know what she's talking about. A lot of hookups. And by the way, body count includes, in my opinion, the whole shebang, meaning the whole, like intercourse. Okay, it's not foreplay. It's only, I guess some people might call it hookups or that. But okay, my body count, like I never had any sexual encounters more than with one person. If that makes sense. So makeout sessions are not hookups in my opinion, but to some people they might count as hookups.
I don't. I can never trust this woman. What is she saying? But I also wanted to say happy fall, everybody. It's the first. It's the first week of November, and I just wanted to let you know, get your fall drinks, and also Christmas drinks are out at Starbucks. If you get Starbucks,
Giving them free promo.
oh, free. Oh,
Don't need free promo because it's everywhere online. If you don't know that Starbucks has
some
launched-
people don't get Starbucks.
Anyways, if you don't know that Starbucks has launched their fall drinks, you're living under a rock because it launched literally today. But anyways, so like my little sister said, she doesn't have any personal experiences with relationships or dating in general. So I'm gonna go ahead.
Even though I don't have experience in relationships myself, people do say single people have good advice on giving relationship advice, which is so weird. Have you heard that? Like that, like how people say that.
Okay, so I have heard that, but there's the difference. I've never heard somebody who's never been in a relationship give good relationship advice, or like someone with no dating experience have good dating advice.
Outside of the relationship.
Okay, but I've heard this: if you're single, you give good advice, but you've experienced it. Meaning, right now, I'm generally single, but I've been in a relationship, so I could give advice. Does that make sense? Versus someone who's never experienced it. Like, there's more people that are single, but they've experienced it before, so they could have a say. But since you're claiming that you have good advice and you haven't been in a relationship or dated, what are the advices you would say?
Well, because the reason why I say that single people that are not single people that are not dating have good relationship advice is because I've been told I give good relationship advice to my past friends that were dating. That's why. And I guess in their point of view, apparently I have the perspective that they don't have, like they can't see. And so, yeah. Well, anyways,
Okay, so give an example of a time, since you don't have any personal dating like experiences or stories of your own. Give an example where you have known somebody that told you about their experiences and the advice you've given them.
like their experience of
tell a story time of their story time because you don't have your own personal story time. You know what I mean?
Oh, but I don't want to do that to that person because that's personal. That's their own story. I don't want to spill it. You spilled it.
Okay.
You just mossa.
Okay, anyways.
How dare you?
No, because she's claiming that she has good advice towards people and
Yeah,
that
why would I tell their story?
you don't have to say their name.
That's still rude.
She's if you have not seen her second episode, she says that's rude, but she tells secrets. She literally tells time out.
No,
She
time
literally
out,
she
babe.
literally
No.
she tells people whatever you tell them, unless you have to tell her not to say anything. I don't think that's right. But anyways,
Why
let
don't
me
you say a story?
let me go ahead and give you a story time. So she did bring up the topic of hookups. I do have hookup stories. So
Hookups.
with one person,
Hookups. With S. That's plural.
that's not multiple men. Hookups is like could be with one person but multiple times.
Yeah, not sure.
But anyways,
Hookup. You should have said a hookup.
do you think you judge? Let me before I say the story. Do you think you judge people that hook up?
Yes.
¿Por qué?
Because I think that hookups are stupid and they're wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
And also, they can control themselves.
And then we're talking to a girl who had her first crush at 19. So
And we have someone that gets jiggly over someone holding their tits.
you see, I didn't tell her not to tell me when she told that. But anyways,
You're gonna say anyways.
no, that's not what I was gonna say because it's too
Whatever.
fresh. But anyways,
Too
let me
fresh.
go back.
Did you hear that? Too fresh.
Yes. Let me go back to a story time when I was, I want to say 21. Okay. No, I'm gonna go with 18. I'm gonna go back it up. When I was 18, the very first time that I had a sexual encounter, if you will. Well, not sexual encounter, but like a kind of sexual experience. Like I did not personally hook up with this person physically. Like we didn't physically do anything sexual at all because I never met this person in person. All the sexual encounters I had with this person.
Never met them in person?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Exactly that.
Like,
I never met them in person.
oh, so this is online.
See. So I was 18 and I believe I was on Instagram and I had, you know, the suggested people that they give you.
Suggested people to follow?
Yes. I was looking at one of my friends' profile, right? One of my friends, a guy friend, right? And I had a crush on this guy friend. So I knew him personally. But I was on his Instagram basically stalking him because I had a crush on him, right? And below popped up a suggested people because they were friends with him, right? And one of them caught my eye, right? I mean, wait. That was a different story. I'm sorry. Yeah, one of them caught my eye. Why are you laughing?
No. Continue.
But anyways, the judgmental one here. One of them caught my eye, and I was not in like I was like trying to like pursue him, but I was like in my head I was like, you know what? I'ma try to how do I say this? He was not only in the suggested list, but he was like popping up on this guy's. I have to say names, okay? So the guy that I originally had a crush on, the guy friend that I knew personally, I'm gonna name him Polka Dots, okay? Polka Dots.
What's such a long name? You could just name him as P.
Okay, I'll name him P. So P is the guy that I knew personally and I had a crush on, right? He was my guy friend. I was stalking on P's Instagram and he had this guy that was constant throughout his Instagram profile and I would name him D. Okay?
He's gay.
No, he's not gay because he's the one that I hooked up with. Or didn't hook up with, but like had sexual like you know what I mean? But D, right? So I could tell
Both guys.
yes. So I could tell that D and P were really close because D was constant throughout P's profile.
Secretly gay.
No, he's not gay.
Okay.
None of them are gay. But anyways, I could tell that they were close, right? So I was like, oh, I'm gonna just hit up D and like talk to him and see if I could. I don't know why this idea popped in my head. I don't know why that doesn't make sense to me. Now that I'm like retelling the story, it doesn't make any sense. Like the logic of like why would I like talk to another guy that I haven't met to like try to get closer to P, who I already know. But at that time, at 18 years old, my brain was like messed up. It's still kind of messed up, but not as messed up. But yeah, that was my game plan basically. And so I had added D on because he also was popped up in suggested friends. But I added D, and then I didn't think anything of it, right? Because if you know me, I procrastinate on my plans. So I don't really, I just procrastinate in general. So I like, even though I had that plan of using D to get closer to P, I just forgot that I had added D. So a few days went by, and D had he had followed me back, so our direct messages was open, and he had DM'd me one day like, "Hey, what's up?" And our conversation was very innocent, and I found out that I never had met D in person, although I was already around P, because D was in the military. So yeah, that's why he was. I believe he was stationed at the time in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. So he was in
Wow, I'm
Texas.
surprised you remember that.
I'm a Virgo. I remember everything.
Mm-hmm.
But he was stationed in Texas at the time, but he was still really close with P. So me and D were just talking as friends, very innocent, very like everyday conversation you would have with someone, right? And then I noticed that he would like constantly like text me like every like I want to say 5 hours, like just constant, and it was almost like he was trying to pursue me. So I asked him, and he just told me that he liked me and that he wants to like pursue me, right?
Wow, confidence. I like that.
Yes. So, long story short, we started talking and texting, and then we added each other's Snapchat.
But
Now,
you guys are not dating.
no, this is talking stages.
Oh.
So, we added each other's Snapchat, and if you know me right now, you know that I don't really have a Snapchat. Well, I do, but I'm not. I deleted my Snapchat, and I
It's
don't.
boring now.
Yeah,
Snapchat?
no, a lot of people still use it,
Oh.
but
Yeah.
but like I was saying, I add. If you know me now, that I don't add Snapchat because of this guy. Like I'm traumatized with this experience, right? If you don't, to me, Snapchat is a nudes. To me, right? I know that everybody uses it else for like snapping their experiences, but this guy traumatized me. I would say by using this app specifically just to transfer nudes, but
D, right? We're talking about D.
we're talking about D, yes.
Yeah, not
So let's forget about P because although P was originally my crush, D, his friend, had just like hit me up. So I completely forgot about P because I was getting a guy's attention, right? So, anyways, he started off very innocent. It was very innocent. We were talking about his military life and how he's stationed there and how he's gonna be coming back to his home state in San Francisco, and just very like very innocent. Then one day he had asked me, "Just like pop." It wasn't like creepy. Like I feel like some guys you could tell when things are getting sexual with their comments and their like text messages. Like they'll start like inserting some sexual comments just
To
right.
make it like, oh, like sexy or like, I don't know, those nasty words.
Yeah, but it wasn't like gradually like turning into anything sexual. Like it just popped up. Like he just randomly said one day he was like, "Do you want to see my penis?" And I was like,
And what'd you say? What'd you say?
so at this time, I was texting one of my cousins because me and her are boy crazy at the time, and I was texting her about D, right? And I had shown her the text message that he had sent me via Snapchat, right? Because now we stopped texting like via like Instagram and via like text message, and mainly on Snapchat. He had texted me, "Do you want to see my penis?" And I had screenshot that and sent it to my cousin at the time. My cousin, right?
Didn't Snapchat like know that if you screenshot?
I didn't really care, but
Dang.
I screenshot that and I sent it to her, and she was like, "Well, if you want to see it, what would you say?" And mind you, he had texted me this in the middle of like I want to say 3 a.m. legit 3 a.m. And I
You guys
honest
have different time zones.
basically yeah. So I literally fell back asleep after that. Like she was like, "Just think about it. Like if you think about what you're gonna reply, right?" And then I fell asleep. The next day, I remember we went to Costco. We went to run errands. It was on the weekend. And I still had not texted him back yet, right? And I remember coming back from Costco and I saw a text message from him via Snapchat. It was you could tell on Snapchat, you could tell if it's a photo, a video, or just a regular text message. And this one was a photo. So I was like, oh shit. He sent me a dick pic. I opened it and
wait. He sent you a dick pic without you even asking if you wanted it?
yes.
Wait, so you didn't give consent? Like, oh yeah, you can send it. But so he just sent it without you saying anything in the...
Basically, yes, because I think I took too long to reply because I didn't reply the whole day. Like I told you, he sent that at 3 a.m. and the next morning I didn't reply.
I just have a question. Why didn't you respond like a quick no? Unless you wanted, or if you wanted to say, you could say yes quick.
Because I didn't know if I wanted to see it or not.
It took you the whole day?
Mind you, this is the first time I ever saw a penis that I knew of, a guy that I knew of, okay? I was 18.
And she was deciding. She was like, "Wait, this is my first time."
Yes, basically.
And then he ruined it for her. She's like, all shattered, all shattered. But she's like, "Oh."
Yes, and then I remember on the caption, because you could caption your whatever you post, right, or whatever you send your photos. It said "for you." Ew. Cringy.
For you mushrooms.
For your emotion. Anyways.
Oh, I have a question. Was it like when you saw it for the first time?
Oh, I still remember. I'm getting flashbacks. Okay. Now, before he had sent his dick pic, right? I think he had said something. I don't remember. But I think he had said something about wanting to send me nudes. And that I had asked him briefly how many inches you were. And he said 6 inches. So he was 6 inches.
Oh, wow. And
I feel like that's average. Especially.
I thought average is 5.
Comment below. I'll be highly upset if it's 5.
What? No, because I told you. No, the guy on Bumble told me it was 5.
Oh, well, the guy in Bumble has a small penis.
Oh my god, guys. I had my first conversation with this guy on Bumble, and I asked him what's the average size for a penis, and he said 5 inches. I was like, oh well.
How disappointing.
I didn't know. I thought he was being honest. That's honesty, right? Though 5
Maybe
inches.
his is 5.
Damn. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Wait, so you think 6 is average?
Yes. I think that's average.
How big? We need a ruler. Because I don't know how big that is.
You can figure it out on your own time. Anyways. So he had, and then after that had happened, right? I went on my whole day. I didn't text him back the whole day. So at nighttime, he basically sent me a message that said, "Show me your tits," right? Or something like that, right? Mind you, I was 18. This was years ago. I'm already 26, so I can show anybody my tits. But anyway, I was 18, and mind you, I was a virgin. I didn't do anything. I didn't even have any sexual conversations before this. Like,
so what happened? Did you send them?
Okay, so he said, "Show me your breast or tits or something like that," right?
Your watermelons.
And what I did, because I think back to my innocent brain, I was such a baby. I took out the chicken breast legit chicken breast.
Wait, what? I'm so confused. You said what?
I took out chicken breast.
You took out breast. Your breast?
Chicken breast, the one that I used to cook with.
Oh, you actually took out chicken breast.
Yes, from the freezer.
Oh, so confused. You were like, I took out chicken breast. I was like, wait, a chicken's breast? Or like, like raw chicken breast?
Raw chicken breast from the freezer.
Okay, continue.
I took it out and I took a photo of it. Okay? And I sent it to him. I said, "There's your tits, your breast."
Damn.
And then he was like, basically,
you could have just sent someone else's tits.
I learned that when I turned 19. But basically, I sent it, and he basically had the same response that MJ had. Damn, like, what the F? Like, that's messed up. And I was like, and then, I eventually, I don't know, I texted, my cousin too at the time. The same cousin that I told her about the dick pic, right? The only cousin, right? And I texted her that I had sent the chicken breast, and she started laughing. And then I told her that I didn't want to send my boobs, right? Mm-hmm. and she said that that's fine, don't send your boobs then. And then I felt really guilty for some. Don't ever feel guilty, you guys, especially if you're young. Like, I felt really guilty, and I don't remember why I felt guilty. I really don't.
For not sending your watermelons?
Yes, and I remember I also sent him a photo of 2 cherries. Like, I went on Google, and
cherries represent?
No, like, they're like 2 big cupcakes side by side, and they had like cherries on top of them. They look like boobies. And I sent that photo too after the chicken breast photo. But then eventually, long story short, I felt guilty, and I showed him my underboob. So,
How do you do that?
You don't know how to take a photo of your underboob? Like, it's
how do you cover your nipple and your underboob? Or
from
is it just from
under
the
my
bottom?
from the bottom.
Oh, I thought you did it like you cover your tit and then you showed like
No.
that little piece. Okay, continue.
But yeah, I had sent him that, right? And then he goes, "Oh, you're making me really, really corny, right?"
And so I think that's funny though. I think that's cute.
What's cute?
So you could like raw chicken breast.
I feel like, mind you,
Fruits as.
MJ has the innocent brain that I had. I didn't have. She has no experience,
But
so
the thing is, I would never do that.
that's what I thought too. That's why I kept putting in the chicken breast and the cherries and the cupcakes. They're literally like big cupcakes.
The thing is, the guy was asking for selfies for me, on Bumble, but I never showed like any nude pics. I just showed like my daily selfies, cause those I admire.
Wait, he was asking for nudes. What did he say?
Huh?
What did he say?
And no, he was not asking for nudes. He was just asking for like pictures of myself.
Oh, so he wasn't asking for nudes.
I know, but it was kind of leading up to that, cause he started sending. I showed you. He sent a picture of him with hairy things, and he was almost naked that night.
I want to see that photo. I have not seen that photo. Anyways.
I deleted my Bumble.
Okay. So anyways, he said that you're making me really corny. And then he sent a video of him playing with his little corn.
Wait, his corn? Why? Did you ask?
No, I never asked this entire time I messaged this. I never asked for anything.
I just wonder why men think it's okay to send nudes, without warning. Like, why? Like, who taught them that nudes were? I don't know. Do they think nudes are attractive? Or something like that?
If I'm in a relationship with you, yes. I am a very...
But you guys are not in a relationship.
I know, but
That's harassment.
I know, but you're asking me a question. Do you think nudes are... Yes. I like receiving nudes from guys that...
Really? You do?
That I don't ask for them. Mm-hmm. But if I'm dating you, or... I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Nobody has ever recently held. I haven't been like sexual in like how many years. So back then I was very sexual. Like when I was like 21, 22. So I'm 26 now. So everything's about work. So don't think about anything now because I haven't done anything. But what was I going? Let's go back.
But he said he was playing. You said
he was playing with his corn. So he was playing with his little corn. And then after that, it unlocks a very toxic relationship.
But I thought you guys not.
I'm not done.
You're in talking stage.
I'm not done. So what had happened was, as an 18-year-old and never being sexual and always only been in like serious relationships, quote quote, because like my long relationships in high school, that's what I used to call serious relationships. But anyways. That was never ended up sexual. But anyways, I had a saying that I would never be friends with benefits or be in a sexual relationship if I'm not in a relationship. Does that make sense? But
no.
Anyways, I basically told him that we have to be in a relationship. And mind you, I was 18. I was a child, okay? This was my child brain. Never say that. Like, if a guy clearly... you can tell if a guy wants to be in a relationship with you. He won't be sexual at first.
And he won't be sending nudes.
Exactly. So...
I'm smart, see?
Okay, anyways. And, so let me go back to story time. Oh, yeah. I basically told him that I don't want to be, a friends with benefits or someone that just sends nudes. I want to be in a relationship. So he said, okay, we're in a relationship. So
What kind of relationship? You didn't specify.
No, like I mean, like no, wait, time out. Like I told you, like a relationship. Like I want to be together, in order for
girlfriend.
that.
Oh.
That's what do you mean? Oh, what are you saying all for? I told you he made it official.
Oh.
So,
It
anyways,
just seemed like it.
I was 18, but and then he was like, okay, we're official. And then after that, it became very toxic. And long story short, because of other stories, trying to remember. He used to ask. He basically used me. So he basically asked for more photos and more videos, more photos and more videos. And one time he already admitted that he was just using me. And at that time I was young, and that was my very first like. I never texted any. I didn't have any sexual like I told you, high school no, sexy texts, nothing like legit, nothing. So I was attached to this guy. And I felt like if I didn't send any more, that he would leave me. And I felt
stupid. So continue.
anyways. And I basically and when things are just physical, it will die out. I don't care how strong your chemistry is, it will die out if it's just purely physical, because you guys will get bored if there's no mental and emotional and spiritual connection.
So how long does this toxic relationship last?
A year and a half.
Oh damn, auntie, that's you committed.
I'm a committed bitch.
And then what happened at the end of your?
Okay, let me get back to this. Let me get this. It's getting juicy, okay? So,
Cuss them out. Okay, continue.
so, they got to a point where he told me that he was using me and that he wants to like not ask for nudes anymore, and he wants to basically end this toxic quote unquote relationship, right? And I told you I was a baby, so I was attached to him, and I basically constantly begged him not to like break it up. And then he would be like, okay, well then you have to like give me what I want and like send more, because back then I would like not send him videos like right away. Does that make sense? Like I would like be at the store and he would ask for a video, and I cannot give him a video obviously, but like he would be very demanding. And then he was like, well, if you want me to stay, well then you have to do what I want you to do. And then I was like, at the time I was like, okay. And then this was towards the end of our quote unquote toxic relationship, and then I want to say like 2 months after, I cut it off.
That's good for you, buns.
I cut it off, and he kept on literally making like fake accounts to re-add me.
Why?
And
I thought he's the one that wanted to cut it off.
I know, right? This is funny. Ironic, right? I cut it off, and he kept adding like fake accounts to me, and I felt bad for this guy. One, because his mother passed away, so I had a very soft spot for him. But and
just get straight to it, damn it.
So basically he sent like messages of saying that like I wish that one day you'll find like someone that appreciates you as much as I did, or I know, right? Or he would say like, oh, what if I begged you to stay? He believed that. He said, what if I begged you to stay? And I ended up, yeah, he's crazy. So then after that,
this guy, how old was he?
We're the same age.
Oh, of course. You see how they act? And I learned my lesson.
And okay, so that relationship had ended when I was, I'm gonna say, 19.
That's good for you, Bun. But so I just continuing to say analysis.
I have a lot of stories.
Oh, you have to tell a story, but do you have like a conclusion to that relationship?
Men always come back. No. Basically, like I used to beg him to stay, and I cut him off, and he came back saying, "What if I beg you to stay?"
But what I wanted to say is that I don't know, the whole like sending nudes to thing. Like I wonder just how like when it started. It probably started like back in the it still happened in 1990s.
When technology.
Oh, what happened? Yeah, that's when they were like.
Because humans have always been sexual, so.
Oh, but I just want to know like why guys.
You mean like that culture? Like,
Yeah, why? Like, why? Because I saw you guys should follow this influencer or content creator Zoro. She made a story of people sending nudes, or like how women dressed are not asking for it. You know what I mean? Like, have you? I don't know if you've seen her stories, but she was like posting one of those stories, and how like sending nudes is like not like, whoever taught these men to send nudes thought it was attractive is not. And that's why I'm surprised by your answer. But you said you're fine with sending nudes in a relationship,
in
not
a relationship, in a serious relationship, not
not
if hookups. I'm
yeah,
not.
yeah. That's why I don't know why people, especially on Bumble, still now they
I
still
get
think.
it. I understand it because there's a hookup culture, and with a hookup culture of
See, I'm not aware with hookup culture because I yeah.
yeah, I think that she doesn't understand the hookup culture of not being ready for being in a serious relationship, but still wanting that sexual benefits. But if you understand that, then obviously you understand the purpose of sending nudes. But anyways, I also want to like let the young ones know that you should never let a man make you feel worthless, or like to make them, or make you feel like you have to beg for their like affection, or
And also, don't be freaking pressured to send something when you don't want to. If you feel uncomfortable, of course, don't send something. But if you feel comfortable, you can do like, it's up to you. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, but don't be pressured. Like I think Marj, I'm surprised you got pressured by him demanding. Like the guy on Bumble, he was like sending selfies, but he started sending like kind of nudes.
I didn't really feel pressured. I felt like I didn't want to lose him. So I made that decision because I felt like if I sent it, I know it sounds so freaking cheesy, but to me at that age, it was true. I feel like you hear this over and over again. Don't send anything just to like make a guy stay, or like try to get a guy to be in a relationship with you, because that is cheesy. But at my time, I felt like I didn't want him to go. And yeah, but I had another story.
Oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to say that I'm kind of proud of you, Buns, but also, dang, a whole 1 year?
Yeah.
That's commitment out there. I would have gone crazy after 1 month.
It made me really crazy. And I'm gonna tell you another story, like traumatizing. Like, oh, that's why I don't have Snapchat now. That's why I don't have Snapchat, because I now, when I think of Snapchat, I think of just news. But yeah, but I'll have a Snapchat if like my coworkers like add me, then I guess we could like send little like photos of what we're doing.
I just think for hookup culture, I just don't think guys should send nudes to every woman, because that's not like, what if you
I
want
don't.
to be hookup?
Yeah, I know.
That's so stupid.
I know.
Yourself. Okay, continue.
But anyways, I have also another story. I'm gonna fast forward, okay? I was 19 when I broke it up with P, and then
D.
oh D, sorry D.
Don't mix up the
I know, I'm sorry.
Get confused.
D, his name was D, okay? When I broke it up with D, and now fast forward to when I was 20, so not even that much longer. I want to say like 20, almost turning 21, okay? Mind you, at this point I was still a virgin. Nothing, I never physically did anything with D. Everything was cyber, right? Cyber videos, text messages, and pictures, right? Nothing physical. So I was still a virgin. When I was 20, 21, I went on Tinder, right? And
Oh, how'd you find out about Tinder? You just saw on the app or something?
everybody knows about Tinder.
I know, but like, did you watch it from somebody, or like did someone tell you, oh, go try Tinder?
I used to do Tinder as 16-year-old, but never did anything sexual. I did it because I love, if you know me, I love texting. So I did it like a teenager. Like I wanted a cute guy's attention. So I would like just use Tinder to like just text guys. Back when I was like 16 years old. So I never met up with anyone. But when I was 20, I went back on Tinder, and I went on the Tinder with the purpose of trying to forget D, right? And I waited a couple months before I went back on Tinder. And mind you, advice.
Moment where you met Jay?
Yes.
Okay, use Jay as the.
Yes.
Yeah.
She knows Jay because I used to sneak out all the time.
And I was very annoyed because I had to open and lock the doors at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. And then I told her, I'm going to leave you outside, okay? and mom, and she's like this with the doorbell, even though mom is like, who's that? And I'm like, that's Tati. Let's continue.
But anyways, I went on Tinder and I started swiping, right? And I was just swiping, and nobody was attractive. And I didn't really take Tinder seriously because I was telling my cousin at the time that I didn't really want to date nobody. But she was like, no, I'm so proud of you getting over D. You should really start dating. And I'm just like, not even like really looking, but I'm just like playing on Tinder. And then I swipe and I see a very familiar face. Well, I'll name him Jay. Jay.
I just said.
Yes. Jay, I met him in person before. And we had mutual friends, and we were in each other's same friend circle. So I always got scared with Tinder because I never wanted to meet up with anybody because I was scared of being catfished or being killed. But with Jay, I met.
Being killed.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
But with Jay, I had met him already, and when I met him, he had a girlfriend. So I was surprised that he was on Tinder. So and his girlfriend was freaking beautiful, but I was surprised she was on Tinder. He had a long-term girlfriend, by the way. But I was surprised he was on Tinder because I thought he was still with her. But anyways, I swiped right and he swiped right and we matched, right? After that, I legitly texted my cousin and sent my cousin a photo, and she was like, "Oh, he's so cute." And I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna just text him. So I just started texting him on Tinder, and then we eventually, I think, text message, if I'm not mistaken. No, it was either Snapchat or text message. But, point being, I deleted Tinder after swiping with Jay. So, I deleted Tinder and started communicating with him via Snapchat. Dude, I should never communicate via Snapchat ever again. This is why.
You went back on Snapchat?
Yes.
Why?
Because at this point, Snapchat, I wasn't traumatized with Snapchat. So I used Snapchat to communicate with Jay. So we just started talking, and then we decided to meet up. Now I have a really funny story about this. We decided to meet up at my house. Mind you, I know this guy, right? And I basically asked him like what had happened with his previous girlfriend, and he just basically said that she went to college and they grew apart. So I invited this guy to my house because I knew him in person and we were friends. So I was like, hey, just chill at my house while I watch a movie. So, and we ended up watching a movie. At this time in my life, I didn't have a job, and I remember my parents were off to work, and my little sister was off to school, so nobody was home. There was like a long period where I was home by myself. So I invited him within that time period where I thought I was gonna have the house by myself, and we ended up watching a movie. It was a really cute date, nothing sexual. It was just like a little date, right? A little mini meetup, and we started watching the movie, right? Okay, tell me why I thought I was gonna have the whole house to myself, and in the middle of the movie, I hear the garage opening, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, who's coming home? And then I hear my dad walking in the backyard, and I hear him opening the faucet towards the hose to water the grass. And I guess my dad decided to come home early for whatever reason, and mind you, he never came home early at this time. And I was confused. Like, my ass was sweating because I was not obviously supposed to have a guy at the house when I'm home alone. But I remember Jay stood up and he was like, "Where's the bathroom?" And the bathroom, in order to go to the bathroom, you had to walk across the screen back door to get to the bathroom. And the screen back door to the backyard was wide open, like the blinds were wide open. So you could see who's in the backyard, and from the backyard you could see who's inside the house. So Jay walks across to go to the bathroom, and the minute he walks across to the bathroom, my dad, I'm like legitimately eyeing my dad at the same time that I told Jay where the bathroom was, right? Like in the corner of my eye, I saw my dad turn his head as he's watering the grass. Like the back of his head turned for whatever reason. I don't know what made him turn, but it turned at this moment, and he and Jay made eye contact, and I swear to God, I almost shit myself. I was like, oh snaps. And my dad's face was priceless. He had no idea I had a boy over. And when he walked in, my dad, he was looking at me all shocked, and he was like, you could tell like he was so shocked. He didn't think there was gonna be any guest, and he was like, basically, Jay came out of the bathroom and he sat back on the couch. What are you doing?